What's up, everybody? Welcome in.
Hey.
We got a full house here, everybody. What's going on?
We are live on Twitch.
We are live on Twitch at twitch.tv/.
Topher A Plays.
There you
Guess
go.
what?
Whatever we're
What's he
playing
playing?
tonight, we're playing Guess the Game. I don't know, what are we playing?
How about this? What are you guys playing right now, video game wise?
Yeah.
What are we playing?
Mario Kart World. We were playing that last night.
Who's got a Switch too?
Not
Also,
me.
we can take questions from Twitch. Twitch, if you have questions, feel free to ask.
Topher, did you get that tattoo here?
I did. I just had it done just a couple minutes ago.
That's actually really awesome.
My wife booked me a tattoo.
I didn't tell him until it was time.
She was like, "What do you think about getting a tattoo?" And I was like, "Yeah, that might be kind of cool." And she's like, "Cool. He is waiting." And I was like, "All right. I guess I better pick something." So that's what it was.
I like it.
It's pretty cool.
Wanted to do something Zelda. Yeah. So who has a Switch too?
That's three.
All of you guys?
Yep.
I'm waiting for the limited edition one to come out, so
So
maybe like a
the
Pokemon.
OLED?
Yeah. I'm gonna hold out for a little while.
Excuses.
It's
Switch 2
inevitable.
Lite. Yeah.
You know the OLED's coming.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Yeah.
they'll do a midlife revision just to get more money out of you, and you'll buy
And we'll all
another
buy
one.
it. That's how it works, right?
Yep.
Every time.
Then they'll make a
Nintendo
Zelda
Classic.
one, and you'll buy the Zelda one, and yeah, you end up like 4 or 5, like I have.
Pretty much.
Me too. I think I have 4 or 5 here with me.
And for her, it'd be the Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, it's Apple.
Pokemon all the way. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we should go
Start
down
from
the
left to
line.
right to left.
Yeah, go
Start down there.
Hey, everybody. I am Black Ranger. Black Ranger on everything. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all socials. At Black Ranger with no C.
And in life, it's just black. I'm a video game voter.
That's it. Tell them about your channel.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Tell them who you are about your channel.
All right, well, I'm a video game voter on all platforms, most importantly YouTube. I am a content creator. I collect everything Nintendo.
I'm Wrecked Wizard on all platforms. I do a little bit of everything, but I've been mainly focusing on a lot of modern and gaming news. I do talking head videos. If you've ever watched channels like Happy Console Gamer, I sit in front of the camera and I talk about whatever I want. I give honest opinions on it. And once in a while I go out retro game hunting still to flea markets, yard sales, thrift stores, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm on everything. So
Hi, I'm Topher A. On everything. Except for
Topher
Twitch.
Topher Dot.
Yeah. Topher A on everything. It's, Instagram. Well, if you're watching on Twitch now, you already know that. So, yep.
I'm K Quarter. I like collecting GameCube, store displays, standees, signage, stuff like that.
I'm CJ from CJ's Gaming Channel, and it's pretty much the same thing on Instagram, YouTube, and I do collecting videos, yard sale pickups, anything Pokemon and Nintendo.
Let's talk about pickups
Yeah.
that we've gotten here
Yes.
so far.
All right.
Go around the table. What's
What's something you picked up from
yeah?
the convention?
What have you picked up so far?
So far, I've picked up nothing for myself. Well, no, I'm not. I picked up all the Power Rangers flip head toys from way back when we were kids. I used to have all of them.
Ah,
play
the
with
ones
them.
you press the belt on the head.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
I used to have all of them as a kid. Used to play with them in the tub. I was a weird kid. But that was about it for myself. I did pick up something for these two weirdos. We're doing the channel, so I got some stuff for them. It's in the bags, and that'll be fun to reveal that. But
Yeah.
that's all I've gotten on day one.
I got a couple things. I guess if I'm going to pick one, I got Super Meat Boy Forever Collector's Edition.
You would.
It's a great game, man. I get your mind out of it.
It's a good game, bro.
Super good game.
That's no Bayonetta 3 with all the collector's editions you bought?
Oh, I thought you. Oh, also, I've been on the special edition, collector's edition kick, so I also picked up Bayonetta 3, collector's edition, and Monster Hunter Rise, collector's edition. Something else. I think that's it. Besides some socks, I bought Mad Mario socks. Like just now, like 20 pairs.
20 pairs?
Yeah, it was like $5 for like.
Okay.
Good deal.
That's cool. I picked up, what did I get? I got Ys Origins for the Switch. I've been going, been kind of stepping away from retro and doing a lot more PS4, PS5, and Switch. So I got Ys Origins for the Switch. I picked up Doom 2016 for the PS4. I really liked Dark Ages and I loved Eternal. I have not played 2016, so I'm excited to try that. And then I picked up a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom statue that was really cool. Got a great deal on that. But the challenge he's talking about, the video we're working on, is basically the three of us gave 3 consoles and 3 genres, and we have to keep the budget under $30 a piece, and we have to go out and find each other a game, and whoever picks the best thing wins, right? So we don't know what we're buying each other, so I haven't bought you anything yet, just so you know.
Of course not.
No, I'm working on that. We have 3 days, so it's fine.
I bought a bunch of Labubu's for my wife.
About $500 worth.
Yeah. Yeah. I also did happen to pick up a couple of Nintendo Switches. 2s. Thank you. His name. For that. So I do have a couple of those in the room that I'm ready to go back and play, maybe. Oh, and a tattoo. And that's the only other thing. I got a tattoo.
Nice.
Haven't purchased anything yet, really. Not for myself, at least.
Kind of sad you didn't get my name.
It's in there.
Okay.
It's very small.
That's cool. I
The
mean,
rear
it's
cover
really
is
close.
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah.
Totally see it.
See? You noticed right away.
Before we move on, I just want to point out the kick game. Got
Oh.
the Donkey Kong.
Thanks, the big heads.
That's a big deal.
I got the big heads.
I struck out.
My big head's got tattooed a little bit, too. That's all right, too.
feelings hurt.
I struck out on the 007, so.
all right, Cake. How many store displays have you bought this weekend?
Believe it or not, 0, dude. 0.
No?
Yeah, I saw one that was pretty cool. It's like a big Zelda 4 Swords Adventures. Big old standee. It's 800 smackaroos. I'm not trying to pay that. So I bought my girl a boo-boo.
Hey!
Got a $20 slice of pizza. And one GameCube game. That's about it.
Did it taste like $20?
Tastes like $1.
Good old Chuck E.
What are you
Cheese.
gonna do?
So
That's like the pizza that we got at the concert.
$5 water bottle.
Which costs more, the pizza or the
Take it
GameCube?
off. It's not hooked to anything.
What'd you say?
Say which costs more, the pizza or the GameCube?
Oh, dude.
It's off.
Damn near the pizza.
Yeah, because it's a way
It's close.
it's a big transition from last year. Because last year you were walking around with whole Mario in the first day.
I know. I was telling my girlfriend, like, I got everything I want, bro. It's hard to find stuff I need at this point.
Exactly.
So you buy stuff you
Yeah.
absolutely don't need. Switch to.
Sorry, boys. I had to pull out the phone because the list is long.
Crap.
Most of it was just PlayStation 2 games, though. I'm trying to do a series of games under $50 that I actually want to play. All Black Label CIB. So I got Vice City. I got a Spyro game. I got the Sims Castaway. I love Sims. Don't know if anyone else likes
Castaway.
that. But that seems like a really fun game.
It is.
I got Bully. I got
That game's sick.
Bully. I heard was a really good one.
Yep.
Katamari Damacy.
Katamari Damacy, yeah.
Damacy.
Great game.
That one sounded like a really good one. Got Jax and Daxter, the precursor legacy. What else? I got Simpsons Hit and Run. Black
Very
Label
good.
CIB for $50. That was my most recent pickup before I ran in here for this panel. What else did we get? James Bond, Nightfire, SpongeBob SquarePants the movie, and then I got someone gifted me like a SpongeBob Poncho Pikachu. It was like Dark Charizard or something like that. And then I got Togepi Burger King gold coin.
Oh,
you know that
comes in the Pokeball.
the Pokeball.
Yeah.
That was actually gifted as well. So I got a few gifted things, and yeah, I think that was pretty much it.
Wreck PS2 Master. What's the best game out of that list?
Out of that list.
Yeah. PS2 Authority over here. And there's one right answer, by the way.
Which Grand Theft Auto did you get?
Vice City.
I got Vice City, and actually I got GTA 3 as well. I forgot about that one.
GTA 3 was and Max Payne were the very first 2 games I had ever played on the PS2. My dad got me one for Christmas, but bought me no games. So he took me to Blockbuster because he's like, if I'm spending this much money on a game, you better like it. So we went to Blockbuster, and the first, mind you, 2001, I was 10 or 9, and I rented Max Payne and GTA 3, and he started watching. He's like, these are really cool, but don't let
Probably
your
not
grandma or your
10
mom know I got these, I would say out of that list, I mean, Simpsons Hit and Run is a great one, and I would say Vice City is really good. If you would have said San Andreas, if you picked that up, that would have been hands down the best one. I think that's the
did get that
best-selling
one.
PS2 game, isn't it?
That was
San
my
Andreas?
first one though, but it wasn't free.
I think San Andreas is the best-selling PS2 game of all time.
I'm gonna try and get the one signed.
The game's definitely go because the voice actors are here
Yeah.
for it, right? Yeah, that would be
They are.
amazing. So, yeah, I would say I quit doing the PS2 pursuit. I haven't like officially said that.
Not pursuing.
I sold 500 games out of my collection the other day. Yeah, and I still have almost 300 of them. So I got rid of all the sports, shovelware, trash, and I sold it to a buddy of mine up in Northern California that owns a game store. I was done, sold them to him.
I like
That's
sports games.
not that buddy. Another buddy. Yeah, I basically was like, dude, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. I was about $20,000 into it, and still had about another $40,000 to go, and I didn't want to. And so I went through and I kept all of the ones I thought were worth keeping, and the really rare, expensive ones. And I brought all the stuff you really don't want, but a store owner most of the time will buy them. You won't. Because it's literally dumping off the stuff you don't want. And he offered, he was like, I'll take them from you, you know what I mean? And he cashed me out, and I'm gonna use that money and take my daughter to Disneyland for her 5th birthday towards it. So that I think that is a better use of the money. Like we had already paid off the tickets and the hotel, right? But like, I wanted extra fun money because it's my kid's first time in Disneyland. I wanted them to like,
They need that
do
Disney
whatever,
experience.
right? Like I want to take my daughter and do the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and that's like $500.
I was just there for 5 days. Trust me.
You know, so I felt like instead of owning NCAA 2003, my money was better spent on my kids to go to Disneyland in August. So that's one of the big reasons why I was just like, I'm done. I could use this money for something else.
I
So-
don't know how long it's been since you've been to Disneyland, but NCAA 2003 money is not going to get you very far.
I was just about to say.
yeah, but 500. No,
I
he
can just smell the air.
honestly, like, I know as store owners, right? It's like, depending on what store you go to, a lot of them are, anywhere from 20 to 30% is what they'll give you on trade, just depending on what you're bringing them. And then if it's good stuff, sometimes we get up to the 50 or even 75% range if it's really good stuff. And there was mid stuff in there too. I traded in some Armored Cores, and like it wasn't all just garbage. Like every game in there was between $10 and $50, right? I walked away with $2,000 cash. He's gonna make $4,000, and I didn't have to sell 500 games on eBay, and we were both happy, and I was done. And that's the reality. Is like going for a full set sounded great a year ago, and then I started selling and trading all of my stuff. All of it, all the stuff I've gotten over the years, the good stuff. And then I looked around my game room and I was like, wow, I don't have anything left. I gave it all away for a bunch of crappy sports games, and for what? So that I can say one day I have the full PS2 set, and then the next day nobody will care. And so I didn't want to do it. And this is the first time I'm like publicly like really announcing that. Like I kind of hinted at it to where I was like, I'm done. But yeah, I know some YouTubers that do that. Like they sell their sets and stuff, and they get a lot of crap for it, Not you. Well, he still has the full Wii set, and he has the full Wii U set.
And I'm going for DS.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, respect though, because it's like it's easy to get like so deep into the set, you're like, you can't turn back. Like you're what? How many in?
I was 800 games in, and I still had another 1,100 to go.
Yeah.
So, for
You
example,
said, all right,
Picked the
well, let's just
console
finish
though,
it.
man. I tell you.
There, you did choose it.
Yeah.
Right.
You could have picked like.
no, I know, and it's
You could
like,
have picked the Virtual Boy.
well, you know what? I actually am almost close to having my first full set, and it's actually my daughter's. I'm like 3 games away from the full North American Sega Pico set, and there's like 19 games. So, but yeah, my daughter will have a full set before I ever did. So,
You know what's an easy set to get is the Dreamcast.
yeah, I'm gonna emulate it and put it on an SD card. So that's yeah, I'm gonna do that. But like, how do you guys feel about set collecting as retro collectors? Like, do you think it's dumb, or do
I
you
buy the
think
games that I want to play.
Because you have a couple full sets too.
It is dumb, I agree. But
Yeah.
I like it.
Way to call
It's
your
fun,
friend
but
dumb,
I
right?
mean-
It's fun. Go ahead.
No, I said some people think it's dumb. I don't think it's dumb. I think it's cool if you can do it. I couldn't do it. I sucked. You guys
No.
did better than me.
No.
Well, I
Whiskey's great.
I think set collecting
That was an ambitious
is for winners.
For winners.
Simply put, it's for winners and for people who
You
don't win.
picked the Wii.
Yeah, I did.
99% shovelware Walmart bin $5 games.
Hey, guess what?
Hey,
Well,
but he got
first
them
of
all.
But he did get
Wii
them.
and Wii U.
Okay.
So I have.
There's
all
like
of them.
170 of those games, and I had 1850.
Yeah, but do the math on those now.
They're worth a lot.
Yeah. But no, it to me it just gave me purpose for when I'm, going to conventions. I like hunting down the games, going through the list and getting to whatever point and then finally getting the whole set. To me, it's more important just kind of having it all together. Like I would love for whenever I'm done to be able to donate it to a museum or something like that, and kind of like give back, because it's definitely something to be revered in my opinion. When anybody has a complete set that you can look at and just kind of, because at some point a lot of this stuff is going to get lost. It's just going to be gone. So it's kind of important in a way. Well, some people, a few around the world, where people can come see, touch everything that came out, because there's going to be kids curious about video games from the past. Whether they want to play them or not, it's another story. But just as a piece of history, I think it's important in a way. Not saying everybody should do it, but for the people who want to do it, I think it definitely serves a purpose, not just for bragging rights or anything like that, but just to kind of preserve history.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it, right?
Somebody else.
Yeah.
Also, you have to love it.
Yep. Yep.
That's the thing, is like you ultimately got to have fun, like whether that be set collecting or playing what you want to play, right?
Right.
If you're having fun, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be.
Yeah. Like for me, going for a complete N64 set, which isn't that hard, it's just going to take me forever because
It's 10 years.
I only grab games at conventions. Can't find them at home. But I do it my favorite system, so why not get every game for it and play every game, whether it's terrible like Super Mario 64 or it's great like No Mercy. But it's all for the love of gaming, really. I love N64. My grandmother bought me my N64 before she passed away, so I want to have every game kind of in memory of her. So like, there's meaning behind it. I mean, Mort did a panel earlier talking about the passion behind everything, and that's really what it's about. Whatever you have a passion for, you're going to do it now. Having 1,200 games for a system is kind of crazy, but it does look good on the wall. It looks great in gaming.
I walked by it before I did laundry.
How did, when you finally finished the GameCube set, like how long did it take you? And honestly, when you bought that last game, how did it feel? What was the last game you needed?
Yeah, those are good questions. Honestly, I did it pretty quick. I did it in like 1 year.
Luigi's Mansion was his last game.
I still don't have Luigi's Mansion. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I knocked it out pretty quick. It was like 1 year. A lot of people helped me though. A lot of like my followers and people who kind of knew what was going on. They hooked me up big time, so that was super helpful. But the last game I got was like some crappy fishing game. It was like top angler bass fishing or some shit. It was awesome. But when I finished, I was like, okay, I did it. But now what? And then that's the thing.
Japanese
Like,
N64 set.
yeah, that was first.
Oh, that was before
Yeah.
that?
But it's like the thing is, there really is no end. Like, it sounds scary, but like,
Just on to the next thing.
exactly,
Yep,
yeah. There's
exactly.
always some other silly thing to buy, so kind of got to take it slow and just enjoy the ride, I guess. But yeah, it felt great.
Well, I've seen your game, and this is the thing that's crazy, is I've watched a lot of content creators over the years, okay? And they all put their game room on display, and I just have to say, like, you have a really nice collection that you don't brag about or nothing, and it's impressive, but like, what would you say is like the console that means the most to you, that you say like you just love the games, you have the most memories with, that you just love collecting for, you love to have, if you could pick one console?
Talking to me.
I'm talking to you.
Are you talking to me? Oh.
Yeah, no, because like you don't blast your collection like, you know, and every retro creator, it's behind them in the camera and stuff, and we see your arcade cabinets, but they don't know like you're a real like physical collector who has some of the coolest things, and you've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I mean, gosh. I really don't lean into one console.
Right.
And it sort of ebbs and flows for me. So like there are times where I look at my N64 collection and I'm like, man, this console was like I'm gonna date myself here. This was like my high school years. I love the N64. I love all those games, and so I kind of like lean into that. But a month later, I'm like, oh man, the GameCube was so good, and those games were so nice, and then so I like lean into that, and then really like things are guided by these two here, my two kids, where like depending on what they're into in the moment, I'm leaning into that. At the moment, it just so happens to be Star Wars, so it's like we're looking at all the older Star Wars games, we're looking at all the newer Star Wars games. He's watching tons of like content on different Star Wars games, going through all the lore. So I don't know that there's ever really been one time in because I've only been making videos for like the last few years, but I've been collecting my whole life. And there's never really been like one time where I was like, I'm gonna collect everything from this console. It was always just like, I'm really into this right now, and so I want to go get all these games. Like, I go through a Rockstar phase where I'm like, I want to get every game that Rockstar has ever made. I already own them probably twice over at this point. But it just it ebbs and flows for me. So there's never really one console that I look at and I'm like, that's the one that I want to have. I want to own every game for. Unless it's super obtainable, like something ridiculous like a Virtual Boy collection.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I can keep all those on one shelf and then I don't need to get anything else. Or even like, I was joking earlier, but the Dreamcast, small library.
How many games are in that library?
Oh God, 100.
Oh, it's only in the hundreds?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of pricey. though.
Yeah.
It can be pricey now.
But
It can be pricey now.
Well,
But
Sick Cooper just sold his complete Dreamcast set for $15,000. So I mean, if there's only like 100 and something, it's worth that much.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a console that only lived from September of '99 to January 2002.
Yeah.
So like, pretty short shelf life on that thing. And so, it's the ones that are small like that I guess like I look at a little more and I'm like, that's kind of a special little, Everything else, I mean, man, PS2 is ambitious.
Yeah, over 4,000 games in there's over 4,000 to 5,000 games in the National Library and 1,850 in just the United States.
Yeah.
A buddy of like my buddy who has almost the full set, he's 100 games away. Reptar. He showed me his price charting, and it's $68,000, and he still has just under 100 to go. Like SingStar Latino, that's $150 game. FIFA. Oh, it's Latina? I thought it was Latino. Anyway, FIFA 14 is $100 game because it was like one of the last games to come out on the PS2. I don't want to spend $250 on those two games.
I lean more into the weird, obscure shit that like doesn't really. Price has never really been like a major factor for me. I don't chase games that are like really pricey or anything. I like the weird stuff. Like and by happenstance, a lot of that stuff becomes like really valuable stuff. But like, I've got a Virtual Boy store kiosk, right?
Yep, it's awesome.
And I got it for free because somebody gave it to me. Now it's probably, I don't even know what a Virtual Boy store kiosk is worth. I have no idea.
5-7K.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really priced it, but it sits in my collection because it's weird.
And he has the big stand-up one, not the counter display. Like, it's pretty sick.
They're weird, like the cube, right? Like weird stuff like that. the XI, the JVC XI, all of the weird collaborations that were done that a lot of people don't know about. The PSX, those are like the things that I like. And they're weird. You can get them if you buy them straight from Japan or overseas. Like they really don't cost that much money. They're kind of like throwaway things.
Kind of goes back to what Voter was talking about, like documenting and kind of just preserving, like, just making people aware of like cool stuff that exists. People know it existed, but like, they maybe forgot about it. It kind of fell off the radars.
And those are the videos that I lean into when I make videos. It's like those are the things that I enjoy the most. Is talking about the weird, obscure stuff. That's kind of what I lean into most.
Yeah, and even back to what Kate was saying, you really gotta love it. It could be from all different type of places, whether that's from a certain time in your life. Me personally, at one point, I went through some personal stuff. I stopped making content, and I used to thought it was like corny when I would hear, video games saved my life. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, seriously, no, it didn't. But when I went through my situation, that was one of the things that kind of got me back up and out. So, like, when I go to conventions and I'm creating content, like I'm somewhere else. Whatever's going on in my life is not happening. So things like that can create sentimental value. So you really gotta love it for whatever reason. So even if I think it would have been awesome if you saw it through at the end. It's kind of like you don't really get too much. You get excited like with the last game, you get it, but then like you said, like it's over. But at the same time, you could go back and look at that accomplishment. Like I was just messing with you, but no, you go back and you look at the accomplishments you did, and no matter, you're gonna have people that's like, oh, that's dumb, that was a waste of money. But a lot of times, even the value, 9 times out of 10, we didn't spend it. We didn't spend whatever its value was.
So speaking of like collecting and doing it for a long time, I'm just curious, and talking about sentimental stuff, we'll go down the line this way. What would you say is like the most sentimental thing in your collection that you couldn't put a price on because it means something different to you than it would to us?
That's a really good question. So I have one that I'm actually hunting for right now. It's the Complete in Box Game Boy Color. It's the silver gold Pikachu edition. It was actually gifted to me by my late mother for Christmas back in 2000, whenever it came out. And since she had passed back in 2022, I really was searching for the box because I have the Game Boy Color loose, but I'm looking for the box. And I actually have the Pokemon Yellow Game Boy Color with me, CIB, and I'm trying to trade with a vendor and probably pay some extra cash on top because I know the values are a little different. But that would be my holy grail item for the collection. So that's what I'm looking for this weekend.
That's awesome. That's cool, yeah. I think a lot of it does boil down to like sentimentality, like memories, like nostalgia, whatever. Like probably mine would be like just gifts. Like my girlfriend got me a copy of Tulip on the PS2. It's like it's a cool little game, but you gave it to me, so I love it. Like it was Ocarina of Time, maybe. It's like the first game I ever played. Just like random, like kind of like landmark memories, I guess. Like a random GameCube bundle I had. I got it for Christmas. Got like the little Mario Sunshine sticker on front. Just like cool stuff that kind of marks memories in my gaming career. But yeah, stuff like that.
My Legend of Zelda Gold Cart, probably, because when I got it, I think it was the same year that my dad also got me a wood burning tool for Christmas. You've seen this at my place. And my brother and I, if you don't know what a wood burning tool is, it's a soldering iron that you just burn shit with for no reason. You brand things with it. And so my brother and I thought it would be great to leave our marks on all of our consoles and cartridges, stake claim. And so so I carved. It's a soldering iron that you just burn things with. And I burned Chris into my gold cart because it was mine. And then he burned his name into our DuckTales. And we just went back and forth. And the front of our NES, the actual door of our NES, has both of our names carved onto it with this wood burning tool. And so I have all those cartridges still. and mine has my name burned into it. And it reminds me of, my brother and I playing the game over and over and over again. And so 2000, it was probably 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I had my boys write on the back of the cartridge with a Sharpie marker and then date it. And then I sent it off to WADA and had them seal it for me. And just for fun, I had them grade it. Came back at a 3.5. Probably because it's been burned.
But it's a 1 of 1.
It's a 1 of 1 for sure, yeah. And I made sure that it wasn't cleaned. So all of the smudge, the NES cartridges have that little finger pulley section thing. All of that is still there, visible in this case. And it just sits on my shelf like a trophy that now has gone through kind of 2 generations. That's probably the thing that's most invaluable.
It sounds like your boys need a wood burning tool.
They have one
for Christmas.
They got a wood burning tool for Christmas.
It won't work on your PS5 discs. Yeah, the Switch 2. Yeah, put one initial on each cartridge. Oh, dude. I have 2. I would say the most sentimental things are, I still have, do you remember the green Halo 3 Xbox 360 console?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the original Xbox. I was like, yeah.
No, the 360 one for Halo 3. And me and my brother opened it on Christmas morning together. My mom and stepdad bought us that, and then my biological dad and stepmom had bought us the PS3, the backwards compatible. We got them both on Christmas. And there are pictures of me and my brother were 10 years apart, so he's 24 and I'm 34. And we opened it together on Christmas. We still have the pictures opening it. We don't have very many pictures of us opening video games growing up. And so me and my brother together went to SAC Anime and Stockton Con, and we had Jen Taylor, the voice of Cortana, and Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, sign our childhood console together. And then my brother just took it because I couldn't go to Lodi Con. The guy who does the voice in Halo that does Slayer, double kill. He was there, and he did Halo 3 also, and he signed it. My brother took it for me because I couldn't go. So that's sitting front and center on my shelf. I actually posted me taking it with my brother to get it signed and the original pictures when he was little. And actually the Xbox accounts commented and liked it. And it got 4,000 or 5,000 likes, and Xbox UK and then Xbox Game Pass commented on it. That was cool. My other one, me and my wife have been together for 11 years. We've been married for almost 9. And we were on a date. This was when we were just dating. We weren't engaged or anything. And we went to the mall, and there was a retro toy video game store inside the mall. And I saw a Final Fantasy VII Cloud Advent Children figure with the motorcycles, big long box. And I saw it, and I really wanted it, but I was like, I don't really know if I want to spend $100 on it. This was, 11, 12 years ago. And so we walk out, we go to the food court, we're eating, and my wife is sneaky. She goes, I need to go to the bathroom. Be right back. So she goes to the bathroom, and I'm eating, and she comes back, and she gave it to me, and it was the first gift my wife ever gave me. And so to this day, I still have it, and I would never sell it because it was the first thing she ever gave me, and now we're married with 2 kids. So I would say those are the 2 big ones for me.
That's awesome. I don't know if anything particular has sentimental value. I value Nintendo as a whole, so everything collectively. But if I had to pick one, I actually got it here last year. It's an awesome story. The vendor is here this year too. So my first, console that was mine by myself was a Game Boy. Right, so I got it one year for Christmas, and for a couple years before last year, I was like, if I find one clean CIB, I'm gonna get one, same one I had when I was a kid. So and I put it in the video. So last year I made a deal with the guy, the CIB, and it had a receipt. I didn't even look at the receipt here, so I bought it. I get home, I'm like, let me just look at this receipt. And for those who don't know, I'm from Maryland, so it said Baltimore. So I'm like, oh, okay. I looked closer. It had my zip code that I live in. It literally was bought 2 minutes from my house originally. So no, that's awesome. I want to grade that and then laminate the receipt. That was cool. You can't make that up. And so in the video, I actually rode by the location. It used to be a Sam's Club, and I put that in there with the address and everything. So that's awesome.
That's actually really cool.
Credit with BGA, you can get the receipt.
next to it in the acrylic, so you don't have to laminate it.
Okay.
Dude,
Sounds
that's
like a
cool
plan.
that it's kind of like you took it
Brought it
back
back
home.
home. Yeah.
Where like you drove it by where it sat one day on the shelf and some kid somewhere bought it there and then it came all these years later all the way from SoCal back home, right to your house. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
For me, I lean towards, like K Quarter said, Ocarina of Time. For N64, that was my favorite game growing up. Really one of the last ones I beat before stop playing like all the time in like high school. And again, one that my grandmother bought me. However, my Ocarina of Time now is not my original one. So my actual favorite thing right now would actually be Street Fighter 2 for Sega Genesis. I can still remember Christmas morning getting the game, and it was just Aladdin and Street Fighter 2 under the Christmas tree, and we were like, but we don't have the Sega. Who buys
Every
games
parent
on
does
this
You're gonna have to
system?
bring that back, huh?
And we had to search the house. My parents had somehow hid it under my bed while we were sleeping. So we had the Sega, I had the TV in the closet, and all this stuff. So my dad used to play Street Fighter 2 with me growing up. So I always remember that. Like I can remember the Christmas, I can remember my dad sitting in the room playing. He played with the controller backwards for some reason. I have no idea what that was about.
My games.
But it worked for him. So
It's like them Tetris players in there, man.
Yeah, that's great. I thought your favorite game was Wii Fit. I swear.
you said most sentimental, not favorite.
So we got a couple minutes left, and I just kind of wanted to throw this out there as a question because I'm curious. The Switch 2 is out now. The Switch 1 was a massive success, and now that the Switch 2 is out, really quickly we can go down the line. What is a game that you hope at some point makes it to the Switch 2 in its lifespan? What are you looking most forward to on the Switch 2?
May have to wait and go down this way. I have to think about it because I don't even own a Switch 2 yet.
I know it's the GameCube emulator that's on there, dude, for you.
For a game.
Nah, I just want a new Animal Crossing game.
Wow, dude, that was
It's
my second
inevitable,
guess.
but yeah, that'd be cool.
Simpsons Hit and Run?
Really?
Yeah. I would love to see a remaster of that. I know it's probably never going to happen.
Surprised we haven't already, honestly. Yeah, surprised we haven't.
I am very surprised,
Well,
actually. I've
yeah.
made so many videos about this, and it actually has been fully remade by a fan. And,
I saw that, yeah.
And it'll never see the light of day. That, and even though now they're kind of confirmed and no longer rumors, but Ocarina of Time remake.
It was confirmed. What?
Yeah.
It's news to us. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
You heard it here first.
That's awesome, dude. That's pretty cool. I hope they do Majora's Mask too, like they did for the 3DS.
Yeah, I hope so.
That would be cool. Honestly, this is such a cliche answer, but like, I would either like a remake, like they're doing with a lot of like the Lunar Collection or Dragon Quest III, right? Or I wouldn't mind a Final Fantasy VII remake treatment of Chrono Trigger.
Did you hear
yeah.
that kind of got leaked too recently?
I heard the
Did that
Chrono
kinda-
Trigger, I
like
guess,
slip?
is
Yeah.
coming. Nintendo's been holding that in their back pocket for years, like,
Well, the guy, the Chrono Trigger guy said something about it, and then the guy with him was like, "Hey, babe, what's he supposed to say? What am I supposed to talk about?"
Yeah. So would you like to see like a pixel remaster, kind of like Final Fantasy, like keep that art style, or would you like to see like a
Give me
Final
the
Fantasy?
full-on
You want the
7
full
remake.
Yeah,
Yeah, action combat, just like
Yep.
crazy balls to the wall. Yeah, me
Yep.
too. That would be sick.
Fire. I haven't really thought about it. I was happy with everything, but I would say a new Kid Icarus game.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
That'd be dope, especially in like, I think the last one was 3DS.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I can see it. He's working on Sakurai's making that Kirby Air Ride game. Yep, could be coming back for kids on Switch 2.
We've had all this time going down the line. I still haven't done it. I had something in my hand. Honestly, there's a lot of nothing up here right now.
Power Rangers Rangers Rewind just came out.
He said that we wish to stop.
I would like to see Star Fox make a comeback on the Switch too.
Yes.
At
Leland,
some
what do you want to
point.
see? There we go. I was
Odyssey
incredibly
2, yeah.
shocked that did not happen with the launch, considering that was confirmed like 3 years ago.
Some type of Pokemon game, gold and silver, red, blue, yellow, something like that.
I would like to see like a Let's Go Pikachu treatment of like a Gold and Silver, like Gen 2 would be cool, because honestly, I think those games were fantastic.
Yeah, that was sick.
Well, Jesus,
Our gold
man.
Soul Silver. Do it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Fire
Yeah,
Red.
bring the price down of the originals.
That's what it was. I knew something because we talked about it earlier. We said it probably won't happen because of the legal system. But I really want to see Diddy Kong racing.
Yeah, that's kind of sucks.
Wait,
Like
what was it?
Diddy Kong crazy.
Hey, better than Mario Kart 64, by the way. Diddy Kong Racing.
It is better than
I
Mario Kart
understand
64,
wholeheartedly.
100%.
If you were in that age bracket where N64 was middle school, high school, like Diddy Kong Racing was legit. But it's messed up. We're probably never going to see Diddy Kong in anything ever. All seriousness. It sucks.
He was in the Mario movie for a second.
Yeah.
In the crowd.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Diddy Kong racing or Wave Race.
Ooh, Wave Race.
Wave Race was good.
Yeah.
No Diddy Kong Racing.
Was there any questions on Twitch?
No.
Does anybody have any quick questions before we bounce on out of here?
Anybody?
Anybody in the audience buy anything cool? Oh,
What you got?
favorite console. All right.
I like the PS1.
GameCube.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know. Surprising, right?
Okay, you're gonna have to skip me for now. I don't know.
PS2.
I want to say Switch, but if I'm not going to give the obvious answer, I gotta say N64.
It's a good man. N64.
I feel like we're kind of like synced up here.
What's your favorite console?
What's your N64? Yeah.
The Series X, the new one? Heck yeah. What about you, buddy? Leland? Good choice.
It's too good.
Yeah.
It's too good.
I think we're gonna look back in 10 years and it's gonna be like.
Yeah, it's one of the
They're going to be
I
sitting
also
up
think
here.
that this is going to be one of those libraries that is going to just consistently.
I know, dude, there's so many games.
It's wild.
Dude, there's over 15,000 games
Yeah,
on the
worldwide.
on the online store.
I'd like to announce now my pursuit of the Switch library. Starting today.
15,000. I don't know how many of those are physical, but I know on the online store there's
But
15.
that's a very good point that I'll make before we're done. But I think that's why the Switch library is so special, is because it is sort of the last holdout where we're getting. You can buy a Switch cart, whatever they're called, pop it in your Switch and play the game without. I mean, there are updates, but you can pop it in there without any kind of checks, without any kind of online check, without any kind of update. You can play. You can go to the store, buy the cartridge, pop it in and play. And I think, unfortunately, that's probably the last console that we'll ever see, or in the foreseeable future, because I think everything comes back around.
Yeah.
But I think that's the last one we're going to see like that.
Yeah. I mean, now you got a lot of games on the Switch too that are literally a cartridge, but there's just the code on there to unlock it, just like on the PS5.
I went to Target today with Leland to buy him a couple of Switch 2 games, and they only had digital games at Target at launch.
Yeah,
Which is
it's why
wild.
we'll reach a point eventually where people do kind of
It'll come back.
realize it sucks.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Go full circle.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, vinyl
I can't
records
sell my
are
game,
popular
can't
again.
trade my game.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like the 20-year cycle or whatever.
I think that's why I
Yeah,
like
I
things
think
like
we'll come
strictly
back to it
limited or limited
100%.
But
But I think that's why, the Switch 2 library, or the Switch library is the way that it is. It's one of the last.
Yeah. Yeah, Switch is probably my second favorite. I mean, it's got so many great games. The library is insane. The accessories, Dreamcast was my favorite. Man, you don't know me at all. That's the worst console ever. I hate Sega. Well, yeah, I think we're at our time, guys. 7:46, but 7:45 I think is when it said it ended. So yeah, just thank you guys for coming, checking it out. Marcus, we filmed the whole thing, so we'll be able to share it with you guys here soon, so the people that weren't here get to see it. But thank you for coming.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
thanks for coming, everybody.
All right, guys, have fun at the con. 2 more days.